Everyone. Geez. Um, Two preliminary comments. One is that everything I do, I learn from all of you. So maybe we can just reiterate some things. So I'll just start by thanking you for teaching me what I'm about to say. And also, it's amazing how I'm not nervous in the classroom, but my knees are shaking here. Like this? Okay. I have a 30-year-old, and a lot of our students are in that age bracket. And what I realized thinking back on his childhood is that when they did sporting events in elementary school, everybody won. There was no score kept. Everybody got a trophy. And we created this mindset that if I come into the classroom, just by my very presence, should I not get an A? And so what we work to do is dispel that mindset that we actually created. So I do it in a couple different ways. The first one is that I try my absolute best to fully explain the assignment criteria and what I'm going to be using to grade the assignment and what is the purpose of the assignment. I want students to know why they're doing it and what they can take out of the assignment right now that they can apply in the workplace or use in the future. So the first document is the interview example. Everything that I've done here, it's because I used to do it a different way and it wasn't working. So this is very beneficial to me as well as the student. But one of the assignments in the MBA program is to conduct a professional interview. And I had a lot of trouble with the papers deciding what the interviewee said and what the interviewer said. I tell the students that I'm very interested in their question. I'm not going to be awarding points on what the interviewee said, but what I'm most interested in are their thoughts, their takeaways, their aha moments. What do they disagree with? What do they agree with, and why? So what I ended up doing, is that mine? Yeah, there should be a, okay. So, I put it in the syllabus, I go over it on the first night, and then the week before it's due, I go up to the board again, and I say, I want it listed, Q, question, R, response, and then A is analysis. And A is primarily the points, and they have a breakdown of those points. Because again, I want them to take something right now that they can use. So this has worked out a lot better. It's easier for them to understand what I'm looking for. It's easier for me to grade, and it's just a win-win situation. The second one that I want to show you is where I have learned over time to make my expectations explicitly clear. Another assignment is the mission statement analysis. And for quite some time, you've got the student who comes in and they're supposed to analyze a mission statement against the 8 criteria in the text. So they have the criteria. But invariably, a student would say, well, I really like my company's mission statement. I think it's pretty good. Okay. No. So I took the 8 criteria right out of the book. This is a handout they get on night 1 because they know that it's an identical worksheet that I'm going to be using as they present their mission statement. So there's no question. At the end of it, I can give them to it. They hit the point or they didn't. It's not my memory that's failed. It is not my perception that doesn't see clearly. They hit the criteria or they didn't. There is a page at the bottom, I don't think I have it here, but it's just blank lines for me to write additional comments because some of them take the initiative to actually rewrite the mission statement, and I want to make note of that. The last thing that I'll say, I don't have anything else to put up here as an example, but I do have a personal rule that I always return the assignment the very next week. I just do not wait a week. I keep a spreadsheet. The students know exactly where they're at in the class. I feel like giving a grade at the end of 6 weeks or 5 weeks is much like our employment evaluations. They should not be a surprise. And at any time, the student can access that spreadsheet just for their own confidential information and know exactly where they're at. I believe if we can go back to the mindset that we created where everybody is a winner and everybody gets a trophy, I want them to have realistic viewpoint on their performance, because in the workplace, effort is good, but if you have somebody working for you and gosh darn it, they give the best effort, they show up, they do all this, yes, that's important, but they can't do the job. So I feel like it's important that we let them know exactly where they're at and give them a true picture of their abilities.